Hey everybody, so I'm over at the warehouse. I figured I would go through a box of my eBay stuff that I have. Um, I've been doing school with my kids recently at home. It is not fun. It definitely takes up most of the day. It's hard to get to the scrapyard. It's hard to actually get anything really done. But I figured I would go through this box, sort the pins out of it that I have, um, and hopefully, I know there's some silver in here too. Uh, there's this awesome little cut glass dish. I do miss going to the flea market. Um, Everybody here's been fine, but I don't know. I don't know. To me, it's not worth it right now. So hopefully everybody's safe, and I'll show you what we got. The set. I was really surprised. I actually looked this up. It's this Buddha. They sell for like 60 to, I don't know, almost $100. But I know I got a bunch of good vintage necklaces. Really like this Deco one. Necklaces last year on eBay did sell, like especially the earlier crystal and cut glass ones, did sell very well. I think they averaged 15 to 20 bucks a piece. This one's all hand knotted, probably from the 50s or so. They are hard to find though. A good vintage crystal necklace like this Murano glass necklace, I don't really see that many of them at the market when I am picking. I probably would say I pick one up a week average. This is I guess it's sterling on the top, but it's a little fetish necklace, all carved little birds, Southwest. All right, there's all the necklaces. A good inlaid rosewood cross. I seem to always be able to sell religious crosses fairly well. I knew the rest of this was all pins. Fun little Scotty dog, all hand carved. I've been watching a lot of videos on metal crafting and making I don't know, making fun crafts and arts with all like the scrap and stuff that I've picked. Definitely like this copper leaf, for example. Been pretty interesting watching how other people make things. Do have a lot of sorting and organizing to do in the warehouse. Hopefully, like, we've had pretty cold weather recently, but hopefully we do fairly well getting that done before we start at the market again. This is a fun AB crystal beaded pin. So they have, like, see the holes in the bottom of this pin? They take the crystal beads and wire them into the pin. It's actually kind of fun. Looks like a flower. I guess you could take apart these old necklaces and make one if you wanted to. They do have a little bit of weight. I think they sell for average around 15 bucks, 15 to 20 bucks. That was one thing that really surprised me. Like this Damascene ship, or let's see, like this prong set bow pin. Better made costume, and especially better named, like costume, does sell better than, let's see if I can find a silver pin, than a lot of the silver stuff that I had. Here's a filigree sterling cross. But I thought when I started picking pins to list that the silver would have went triple for what, like this snake's pretty awesome, but I thought the silver would have went for triple what the costume jewelry would have sold for. But definitely was not the case. It was very impressive how some of the pins did last year. It's been very nice not having to worry about eBay recently, but I know we're going to get back into it. We did take a little break because knew the post office was a little bit behind, and it seems like everything's starting to fix itself now. Another good folk art little pin with the horse head. But the price of copper and everything has gone up recently. Crazy how high it's gotten. So I'm kind of happy I still have all that like copper and brass to sort from that house clean out right before New Year's, or I guess it was the shed. But I would bet I have close to 1,000 pounds of brass and probably 500-600 pounds of copper to sort. Actually, this one's actually pretty cool. It's a sterling turtle enameled with marcasite, and it's marked 835, so it's probably Denmark. It's made really well. Early Mexican, maybe. Most sterling, is marked 925. The like 835, 800 tends to show that it was made a while ago. This is a sterling, and I guess this is like the matte, or what, I forget the name of it, diatomaceous glass or something. But the face, it's kind of a weird pin. It's pretty big, but I would think this would go for 80 to 100 bucks. These average, like a big sterling pin, I probably only get like 40 bucks, 30 bucks, and a good prong set pin I'll probably get $30 sometimes. And when you're shopping at the flea market, people always charge more for the sterling pins than the costume pins, so it's just assumed it would sold for more online. Oh, I remember this was the high wheel bike. This is probably one of the older pins I have. I like that both wheels move. This actually is a earlier pin. This is a enamel, probably from enamel bar pin from probably the 20s or 30s. Here on the back you can see it has, I don't know if I can show that the right way, it has this little clasp right there compared to the barrel clasp on this one, like this horse. Let's see if I can see. Here's a barrel clasp, and they use these probably from late 40s to now, and before the 40s they used these simple clasps. My guess is that's from the 20s or 30s, that pin. Let's see if I can find another one. Here's another. This is a Victorian pin, so this would be like 1870s probably, gold filled, but you can see it doesn't have that barrel clasp on it. It has like a little spring, almost like a bobby pin. So it's actually a really nice pin. It's a lighthouse, gold filled. Almost looks like a old pocket watch. Good bar pin. But I did fall into the pins kind of, like I used to sell a lot of jewelry in New York when I was there, but I'd never thought that the pins would have sold as well as they did online. I did see a couple other sites where it looked like that was all they were selling, so I figured I'd try it. And as long as you offer the combined shipping and start everything at $1, it seems like, and you put a bunch up, it seems like they do fairly well. This is a really nice sterling pin. I'm pretty sure it's sterling. It almost looks like it's gold, but the horses have the ruby eyes. It's actually probably for holding a watch fob. It's actually what it is, or a ribbon, but it would hold your pocket watch, that hook right there. Somebody replaced the clasp, it looks like, on the back. So this would be like an old Victorian pin. Really, really nice. That might be one of the nicest pins here. I'll put that with the rest of the sterling. Your pocket watches all had chains, and that's what that hook was for. So you'd have the pocket watch in your pocket, this pinned to your coat or your whatever, and so the chain would come out and hook to the back of that. This is a really good crystal pin. Good wreath one. Another sterling. This is probably Zuni. The way the stuff is, the stones are inlaid into this feather. This actually has a hook on it too, but it probably held like a charm or something. Nice little sterling piece. Have I do really like these folk art pins. You can see how somebody made this fun longhorn, painted the eyes. Got 3 good ones so far. I had made a bunch of boxes like this already. This was all stuff I had bought and just stuck in boxes to be listed, but I probably have 20 or 30 good boxes of stuff, like with bric-a-brac tubs. If you guys want to see those, I'll do a couple more videos showing you other stuff that I had bought and why I bought it. These are fun gloves with rhinestones. Definitely am impressed how much inventory you can fit when you're buying small things like pins. I mean, I'm sure you could buy other things like coins or baseball cards or something very small that fits in your hand that would be easy to ship. I stayed away from records just because they take up so much space when you're packing them. This is a Sarah Coventry pin, probably from 70s, late 60s. But let's see, that pin versus, let's see if we can find one that makes this pin right here. Actually, this pin's a really nice pin. I always seem to rub pins when I find them at the flea market, but this one's like nice and smooth. It has good weight, but you can see that this is all prong set when these are all glued in. This has a name, this one doesn't, but I would bet this does fairly well on an eBay auction. So I do plan on doing a lot more scrapping this year coming up, since I'm not doing the flea market. And I do have a lot. I want to try to get my warehouse and my other warehouse together, so that way we can I know I have a bunch of stockpiles of scrap there, so it will be a lot of sorting, a lot of scrapping, and hopefully the prices stay high, because I know I had squirreled away a lot of brass and copper to cash out once it went up. This is a sterling cat, Mexican. So hopefully I can get to all that, and hopefully get a vaccine soon, like for me and the kids. Then I figure we start doing the market again. Good red elephant. did well with all these carved mother of pearl pins. I was surprised. I had bought a couple that were real large, and they did $50. I mean, this one probably sell for $15 to $12. On all these pins, you know, you watch me buy them a lot in my other videos, and I try not to spend more than $5 unless it's like a real fancy showstopper pin. It's really hard to find a good crystal necklace or cut glass necklace for under $5. But I would say this tray that I've made, I probably have over $200 just in the pins on this tray, and I would hope they would average like $8 to $10 each. So it's something that I figured out that you can double your money fairly easy on. It just takes a lot of time to sit and list them. And the other thing is that since they're already this cat, for example, is already 40 to 50 years old, if you don't get it listed this year, it's just going to be another year older. So it definitely it's something that seems to not go bad as long as they don't get wet and they don't get rusty or whatever. This is sterling a marcasite frog. Definitely a good little box of pins. A few prong sets. I do have all my repair stuff that I have to get to and show you guys what how I fix things. So hopefully I should definitely have time to do that this spring. And here's a fun handmade watch pin. So when I get to, if you guys would like to see some repairs and how you match up the stones, because I always save, here's a carved duck, I always save broken prong set pins to fix other ones that are missing a stone. I don't do too much soldering fixing the clasp right now, but I do replace pins every once in a while, and I haven't done that in a while. But when I used to sell in the city, I used to fix a lot of jewelry to bring up there. I sold at 25th Street Flea Market for probably 10 years, and all I sold was small things like this and jewelry. Then I realized I could sell it on eBay and not have to sit in the city where it was freezing every day. Or not every day, it was only on the weekends. This is a good sterling pin with carved mother of pearl. Very nice. I did order, we did order the flower seeds for the garden. I do have a bunch of vegetable seeds, so we do plan on, I'll show you those once they come in, but we do plan on doing the garden again this next year. We did have I thought it was pretty good success. The deer, once we left the electric fence down, deer did find it, and it was hard keeping them out after they tasted the tomatoes, but for most of the year it was pretty darn good. This is a sterling grasshopper pin. It's actually pretty nice. Has marcasites. I think that might be almost better than the horse pin. No, the Victorian horse pin is still my favorite. Alright, I think that's it for right now. Hopefully you guys like this video. Thank you very much for watching. I do plan on listing something online sooner or later, but thank you for everybody last year who did buy something from us on the Blue Bus Dave eBay, and thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys thought this was an interesting video, and we'll see everybody next time. If you haven't yet, please give somebody a call. Might be alone. Please be safe out there, and thank you very much for watching. See everybody later. Peace. Well, it's actually a neat bookshelf, but this box is kind of pulls off. Oh, it's a wine stand. It's kind of fun. I think it's sellable. I know the bookshelf's sellable. It does not fold up. It just hooks into a pegboard wall. But, alright. I'm going to try to stick both of these in the car. Heading over to the scrapyard.